You might won't be able to see my face. Is that gonna
And
be a problem?
I can see the things here too.
Damn.
Just break our TV.
Broke our TV.
All right, well, that ends this episode. Jack is fired.
I guess you got my winnings now by your TV. I think it's just the wind. Did I break it? Did I really? No, there's the.
Oh yeah, you can see up
It's
here.
just raining.
This is a live shot of a beach cam in Gulf Shores, and it is so windy, and I guess it's raining at the beach. It's not raining here, is it?
I thought I
But
legit
it's
broke
raining
it.
so hard at the beach, you can't even see the camera right now.
Swells are supposed to be like 14 foot today.
That's insane.
That's like 3 of us.
It's like two of me and 3 of y'all.
Wait a second. I'm having to hold my mic.
Yeah, we welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah.
It's a great way to start it off.
Fishing, not catching.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I don't even know when the last time we filmed one was, but it has definitely
Been
been
a long
minute.
time.
It has been. And I'm gonna be honest. Can we be real? Like, let's just
Yeah.
be real. I don't like. I want like this is important to me. Like, I want to be able to do the podcast because I think it's a good thing.
It's entertaining for sure.
And I think if we did it more, we could get better at it. And
Yeah.
all that. But when are we gonna keep? How are we gonna keep this up, bro? Like, think about what we got coming up this year.
Yeah.
Just content alone, because obviously, like, we just get so busy with our own individual content, which we have to continue. For now, we have to continue.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There may come a day where we don't, but for good reason.
Right.
And we may be able to do more stuff like this and more content for the store, but our own individual content may one day be able to pass.
Disappear.
But like, it would only be, we'd still be making content just for other channels.
Right.
But for now, like, we have our own channel that we make content for.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to make content for the store.
Yep.
And then we also have our own like agendas that we have this year, like of things that we kind of are heading up. In addition to that,
Mm-hmm.
those 3 things along. So we haven't even gotten to the podcast yet.
I know. We like just all took on a new full-time job.
Yeah, and so like, you know, in reality, when are we going to actually make time to sit down and do these things?
If you would quit going to CrossFit, you would have more time to do
This is true.
podcasts.
If I would just neglect my health.
Because between the
about your
time
health.
it takes you to get ready,
This, you don't need
to
it.
drive there, do all your workout for like an hour, go back home. You don't really shower, so you don't have to count the shower time.
Yeah, I don't
But
shower.
we could have done a podcast and a half.
This is true. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to get fat.
Maybe we could just put on wireless mics and do podcasts while you work out.
That would be cool.
On the go?
You want to join CrossFit?
Maybe. I've worked out every day since we did
Have
CrossFit
you?
last week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched the episode, go check it out. Beach
This
Bum
is pretty
Outdoors.
funny.
Yeah, Beach Bum Outdoors. That's the YouTube channel. We all did CrossFit.
Yeah.
Ooh, how was that? I didn't get to watch it yet. Was it rough?
Just go check it out. So I mean, it was rough because I was working out last year and then I quit working out and I didn't work out for like 3 months. So I was definitely out of shape again. So it wasn't easy, but it was not as hard as what I was expecting. But then the next day, Matt sent me a screenshot of their workout. I'm like, that would have been a lot more
So
difficult.
it was the January 2nd workout. So basically, like every week.
Just like ease you into
like
it.
Mondays, which that was kind of the de facto Monday. I think it was a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the de facto Monday for the week. Usually Mondays are the easiest workout. It's like you get the weekend, you don't jump right into busting your rear.
So instead of signing up for a membership, I'm just going to do drop-ins every Monday.
There you go.
Just
Just get that easy one. Because today's Monday, and today's workout is kind of similar in that regard. Like, it's not
Nothing
too
insane.
intense. But, like, there were some at the end of last week that kicked my butt. Like,
Oh, I
was
imagine.
freaking dying.
I know. I see you and Courtney post sometimes on your Instagram story of just like dead on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm like, if Matt's dead, like
See that post? I'm over here eating a
would-
bag of chips.
I-
Dang.
drinking a beer, must have been tough.
Yeah, but I've enjoyed CrossFit, and like for example, that's kind of it gives you an idea though, like because that workout there's usually 3 elements to a Metcon. So the way that our programming works, generally we have like a weightlifting portion. Now that day we did not, like we just had the Metcon. Like, that's all it was. It was just a longer, and the Metcon is like the quote unquote intense workout. But generally the Metcons are a lot shorter because that was like a 30-minute.
I think it was 30 minutes. Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
most of the time Metcons are like 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
So before that, we usually do like a weightlifting thing. So and it may be, and it's just usually standard weight like back
Yeah.
squats.
So we just did like
deadlifts.
very little bit of weights at the end.
Right, but most Metcons do incorporate 3 different categories. You've got your gymnastics, which there's a lot of gymnastics in CrossFit. So like the day we went, it was the toes to bar. Like that's the gymnastics movement.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got your cardio, which the cardio, of course, was the running that day. And then there's usually some type of resistance, which had the dumbbell cleans. So that gives you an idea. Like that's what's fun about it. Like it incorporates just different movements.
A lot, yeah.
Variety.
Yeah. I thought like because when I was working out, I was just working out in my garage. I bought a weight set from Sam's, and we have a Peloton bike, and we do have a Peloton treadmill now, which are great, and you can do a lot of stuff with them. But it can be difficult when you're just like by yourself in the garage, even though you got the dude on the screen like yelling at you. But I did enjoy going and like having the group of us, especially like all of us friends, which of course you've become friends with all the people at the CrossFit gym now. Right. But it does help you push yourself and. A little more enjoyable when you're doing it with your friends opposed to like by yourself in the garage.
Together, you complain about it together, which we all do that. Like, even every day at CrossFit, we're all griping to each other. And there is that competitive nature. Like usually, there's somebody that you're trying to catch or beat or make sure they're not passing you. Like me and Courtney, obviously, every day, like we're trying to beat each other in our time. So like,
oh wait, Courtney beat you?
She does.
Ooh, she's strong.
Yeah, she
that's impressive.
Strong. She's way stronger than I am.
It's impressive.
I could definitely see that.
I wouldn't tell nobody that, but that's impressive.
We'll get Jack here.
I was about to say, we didn't mean to turn this podcast into me and Matt talking about CrossFit and being busy, but...
Things, and so we brought Jack.
Hey guys, I'm Jack.
Yeah, we got little Jack.
Oh, come on now. Wake up at the little part. Let's say Jack.
He is, he's the official, I guess would you call it 2024 or 2023?
Oh, 2023/2024 maybe,
yeah. Fantasy football champion. He won officially yesterday.
Yes. Thank you.
He did it.
I'd like to thank all my sponsors. Brad.
Yeah, just me because, and it's kind of a little unfair because he did bring his wife in, but his wife was never in the group text or anything.
No, she didn't.
So I think Jack really just paid or had 2 teams. So I need to go back and look at the trades and see if you and your wife.
There was actually, I don't think there was no trades. Was there any trades in the league at all?
Me and Adam traded once.
Yeah, I think there was no trades because I was watching it at the last game. I was like, he better not trade for anybody.
But yeah, Jack. Good thing you won because you
won 8 in a row to get in the playoffs.
You never paid your entry fee for you or your wife, so good thing you came in first.
No, I forgot to. Well, I was supposed to PayPal him, but my PayPal got hacked, and he don't have Venmo or anything. So I was like,
my wife does.
His
you
wife
sent it to her, but.
I'm the same way. I don't have it. What'd you win?
$600.
$600.
$600.
I was gonna spend it here.
So there was 10 of us.
Yeah. Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'll just pay you in a gift card instead. Do we get 40% off gift cards?
Yeah, I know.
And then get our discount off of stuff with our. Then it's like.
That's how we rate it.
But
smart.
Yeah, Jack crushed it. It looked like it was going to end up being Sean or maybe James.
I thought Big John was going to win it too.
Big John was up there. Dylan was up there. Bruce, Adam's dad, he was kind of up in the running. And then you just came out of nowhere.
I got lucky, man. My team peaked at the right time.
Yeah.
I just won. I was like, okay,
Nailed it.
I did it.
Little Jack popped right up.
There goes the little thing. Yeah. That hurts, man.
Yeah, I played in 3 leagues this year.
3?
And I came in first place in one of them, but it was the only league we don't play for money. I was like, of course. Figures as
Who
much.
came in 3rd? Sean?
I didn't even look. I'm not sure.
It's looking dicey out there, guys.
It is.
Like the camera, look how much it's shaking.
I know.
It was like
and you can see the white. Like,
driving here. My truck was all with the wind.
Yes, it was bad.
We're gonna have to check out the beach this afternoon or in the morning to see what that looks like.
You're gonna get to the boardwalk and the beach is gonna be right there.
Yeah, it's supposed to get up to like 50-mile-an-hour winds.
That is
Evidently, I saw something.
that's like hurricane.
I know. I saw something yesterday. They issued some type of warning.
Marine warning, wasn't it?
Yeah, but like they issue marine warnings, but it's, whatever I didn't read all of it, but evidently whatever type of warning it was, they've not ever issued one of these or have not issued one of these since 1994.
Yeah, my wife was telling me that too.
Yeah,
Some sort of coastal weather thing.
Just the amount of wind that's coming. It's just
and it's coming from the north. It's not coming from the south. It's a big old front coming through, and it's like almost the whole.
Because there's a
continent,
winter
yeah.
storm up there.
Mm-hmm. It's gnarly.
Interesting.
They're saying like 20 miles off of Destin, but like 38 to 42 foot swells. I couldn't even imagine.
I'm gonna pull up Hilton's and see what Hilton's.
That's like
showing
perfect storm
offshore
stuff,
right now.
you know.
Yeah, it does not get that big in the Gulf.
That's gonna ruin the
on the
beach.
regular.
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
I think it's got to go somewhere. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah. You should have gone offshore, Brad. And made that would have, if you survived the video.
Hold on, let me get my drone up.
I definitely should have.
Yeah.
Well, when they say when you buy a boat, you bust out another 1,000, and we took the boat out the day before we went out. Me and Jack, he went with me. Was that
I
New
caught
Year's
that
Eve?
big dusky. Yeah,
It was New Year's Eve, and on the way home, I just could not get my boat to plane off very well. We were on plane. I just couldn't get it steady very well. It just kept like moving all over the place.
yeah.
And then I didn't really catch it at first, but the trim motor, because I have two motors. One of them was like trimming super slow. So whenever I was trying to trim up and trying to,
They weren't keeping up.
no. So like one would be up and one was down, and
You had to manually do it, didn't you?
yeah. So it ended up up on the throttle. I can control them separately instead of at the same time with the one button. So I'd have to like do this one for like 5 seconds and then hit this one for like 2 seconds, and then that way I could kind of raise them. Because if they got too far off, that I don't know what the bar's called, but for the steering, it's connected to both of them. So if it got too far off, that thing was like all jacked up. And like that's the last thing I need to do is snap some kind of steering arm or something.
Did you get it fixed?
Well, no. So they came today to my house, Momentum Marine, and they tested a bunch of stuff because I was like, maybe it's just like low fluid or not enough power or whatever. They tested it all. They said everything looks good except the motor must be bad.
Oof.
So they're gonna send me a price to put a new, not the whole motor, just the trim motor. Just the trim motor.
They give you an idea on that.
So he said, like the OEM, the actual Yamaha ones, he said they're usually around like $600, or the aftermarket ones you can find them for like half that or even a little less. So I searched some, and some of the aftermarket ones you can get for like $150.
Oh dang.
And he was like, even if you only get a year out of it, opposed to maybe 2 or 3 out of the other one, to be like a quarter of the price, you can still do the cheaper one. And he showed me like how you replace it. It's super simple. And
So you can do it yourself.
they're gonna send me a price for all of it. So if it's not crazy, I'll just have them do it. But because it is simple, it shouldn't be an expensive in labor either. But
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean,
so hopefully it's not a whole other 1,000.
right.
But
Yeah.
especially if I go with the aftermarket one.
Yeah.
Right now, Hilton's is showing at like 10-foot swells offshore.
Okay.
That's still gnarly. I wouldn't be in
it's
it.
gnarly, but yeah, it's supposed to get pretty intense.
Yeah.
Worse than that. My arm's getting a workout over here.
I know.
Like the static
We
over here.
we'll have to
little
figure
pump before you
some
go
of
to
that
the
out.
gym?
Yeah, that's right. What?
So we'll have to figure some of that out, and mine and his are holding well. I think it's the way that the base of it is sitting on the arm of that chair.
I had it for a second.
What if you move it forward?
That's okay. There was like a moment when I had it still here.
We ought to do something that like mount from the ceiling and just like pull them down
on
and then
down.
push them up when we're not using them.
Legit.
Who knows? We're figuring it out.
We
but
gotta get more consistent first.
no.
Yeah.
When we post podcasts once every 6 months.
This one will probably air in like 2 weeks, and a month later, be like, "Hey, let's get Sean
Well,
down
the weather's
here."
gonna be crappy tomorrow, so hopefully we can get this one edited and posted pretty quick. But
Yeah, tomorrow's definitely a editing day.
I try not to say any bad words, so it'll be easy editing.
That's okay.
that's right. I've kind of given up on caring about bad words. Like,
I know.
of course, we can't say like some bad words. We probably can't say. But
Like what, Brad?
Don't make us edit it out. Don't make us go through it.
Matt probably would edit out more than I would if I was to be editing these podcasts. But I kind of just like at this point in our career, I'm just like whatever. When we first started, we're like, okay, we got to watch on some of our jokes and some of our words. But now I'm like,
Oh, dang it.
There it is.
We're gonna have to
I always do feel bad though, because you get that one mom comments, "My son watches you. Can you please not cuss?" I'm like, dang.
that is at 14:36. I'm gonna text you that. That way it makes it easy to cut that out.
Dang it. Got one bleep in there.
14:36.
Yeah, we used to be very cautious, and I still have mixed feelings about the drinking and showing it, because obviously like that I drink and we're open about that. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
And we drink like in the podcast. Like, we were drinking bourbon one time.
Yeah.
On the podcast. You know, and at the same, like, I don't want to shit that for kids. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to promote that.
Right.
You know, especially they think that it's okay, but at the same time, it's like, it is who I am. Like, it is part of what we do. Obviously, do it responsibly. You know, it's not like how much I do want to be a good influence, but at the same time, it's like, how much responsibility do I want to take for everybody else? At the same time, like, it's not my responsibility to teach your kids not to drink alcohol.
Right.
You know, do it responsibly. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to get on here and just be like, you know, whatever. But anyway, it's just we've gotten more lax.
Oh, for sure.
Because like whatever. Because people are gonna. The problem is,
gotta be authentic, man.
Well, you gotta be real, but like at the same time, people. It doesn't even matter what you do. You can be as perfect as possible, and people are still gonna.
100% every time.
And I mean, most of like, I'll drink a beer, or whatever, during like catch and cook. I'm usually not like actually drinking while I'm filming, but there'll be like a beer on the counter from whatever.
There's always a beer on the counter.
Most of the time, like, of course, kids, once they hit a certain age, like, they may notice it and know what it is. But younger kids, like, they're probably not even paying attention to what that can is. So most of the time, the only people that are going to even know you're drinking are going to be older people. And so,
I don't know. My daughter called me out before. It was like 3 o'clock during a football game. She's like, I share ice in the cup. She's like, Daddy, you making a drinky drink? I was like, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, baby. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, down here, it's just a different vibe. Where I grew up in Central Alabama, most people did not drink. Well, I take that back. They probably did. They didn't
drink at home quietly.
Yes, it wasn't like they would go out to a Mexican restaurant. And you rarely would see the person with the fishbowl margarita.
You see that everywhere now.
You know, but like
every table has it here.
Like, you know, down here, it literally is
2 for 1. Let's go.
Yeah. It's just life down here. People do not bat an eye. It could be 10 o'clock in the morning and you're drinking a margarita and nobody even freaking cares. Like, there's going to be 3 other people.
Yeah, I mean, you go to any breakfast place around here, there's going to be a handful of people drinking Bloody Marys or mimosas.
Bloody Marys.
I love a good Bloody Mary.
It's just kind of life down here. It's culture.
Yeah.
The vibe. It's just different.
For
Beach
sure.
life.
That's right, man.
Absolutely.
That's why we live here.
That's right. It is paradise, man. I'm definitely blessed to live in this beautiful place we call home.
Absolutely.
You know, last time we had you on the podcast, which I don't remember when that was, you had just recently
many moons ago
pulled the trigger on going full time. So you're still full time content.
Yeah, best decision I made in my life besides marrying my wife.
Love
you, hon.
Good save there.
Nice.
Nice. Not the daughters either.
Oh, I love them too.
Well, that was only partially. He only had
That's 50-50.
Yeah.
Right, babe? 50-50.
Yeah. So, well, good, man. I'm glad it's still going good. That's awesome. Full-time content's definitely. We gripe and complain about it, but there's always.
It's the way to go.
Yeah, it is. I don't think I can ever go back.
No.
I'm like,
you're unemployable.
I'm like, no.
I mean, it's like
spoiled. It's like, what are you doing today? I don't know. I'm going to hunt or I'm going to fish. I don't know.
Create content.
Yeah,
oh, dang. You know, it's funny. Like, we just moved into a new place like a month or so ago, 2 months ago. And obviously, unless I'm out fishing or whatever, like, I do spend a lot of time at home, especially times that most people are out working. And so, like, I'm at home a lot during the week, during the day, and, like, so are all these other people. I'm like, what do all these other people do? Like, it's all mostly younger families. They got kids. I'm like, I guess a lot of people still just work from home. And I'm like, none of these people leave. Nobody goes anywhere.
That is weird.
Like, does everybody just work from home?
I know a lot of people work remote now. Like, every time I talk to somebody, I work remote. I'm like, oh, you work at home? It's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Wish I could do that back in the day.
Yeah.
But
I don't know that I could do it. Like, obviously, again, we do work from home a lot of times when we're editing and stuff like that. But it's not like a 9 to 5 every day. But if I had to do a 9 to 5 every day at my house, especially like with kids and stuff, like,
oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
I would never stay motivated and. Like we talked about down here, you start drinking early, and I'd be on a 2:30 afternoon meeting, a little blitz with a
lunch break,
coffee cup with some whiskey in it or something.
I'm surprised you're not drinking right now.
I know.
We're dry.
Nothing over there.
I think I've had like 2 sips of the alcohol that was in here. How did that happen?
Well, we only had that one bottle, but it did go quick.
Oh,
we were supposed to put some tequila in that other one. We never bought some tequila,
well,
but.
I think if we do get more consistent, I think we should definitely keep.
I'll go shopping. We still got some money in the fish and not catching.
Do we really?
Yeah, we haven't spent it.
Well,
we spent that. We spent a lot at one time, but we also haven't really been making anything.
I was about to say, I couldn't imagine there being any money coming in.
I think there's a little bit though. Let's see. Whatever's in here, I'm gonna go to the liquor store, We're gonna stock up.
Evan Williams for everybody.
I know.
Everclear.
Ooh.
Something cheap.
Yeah.
We have $486.97.
You can get
That's
a decent
another-
amount of
yeah.
alcohol with that. Go stock up, man.
Let's do
Let's
it.
get this thing going.
I came
We're
at the
gonna put a
wrong
little
time.
mini fridge in here. I know. We'll have you back.
Well,
when
actually,
we,
I quit drinking for a while, so
well,
I can't.
I know. I was
Yeah.
gonna talk about that. I don't know. You mentioned potentially
Mhm.
going the entire year of 2024
Yeah.
without drinking.
Yes, I am. I started early. I started the 27th. I was like, why wait the new year? Start now, you know?
Yeah,
So I just started.
that's awesome.
Yeah. It's been fun, but, I'm sitting and watching playoff games. I'm like,
I know.
I'm eating some
Need that
smoked
drinky drink.
wings. I was like, I want to drink a drink.
Oh man. Well, if you can do it the whole year,
It's all mental, man. If you're strong mentally, you can do anything you want.
That's
know?
that would be impressive.
Mhm.
especially if you hang out with us.
Mhm.
I
for any
know.
amount of time
And that is the other thing. Like, just down here, I mean, tough to go an entire year. I mean, I did the 30 days last year.
I did it too. I
That was
did
hard.
28. No, was that it? 28? It was close to it.
You started.
I started before you.
You started before me,
Mhm.
and I mean, maybe you started drinking again before I did. But
After that
we were
Florida
both
game,
somewhere
yeah.
around a
After that
month.
Florida game, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
And that's the thing, because it's like, of course, we can find an excuse for anything, but there's just so much stuff between the
Still
sports
my
that go
tongue.
down here, and then we go to the New Year's Eve party, and or we have
New Year's Eve party.
this thing with the store, or go to that thing, and there's just always an opportunity to drink.
Any,
It's just like it revolves. And what it is for me, like
did this turn into an AA meeting?
Yeah,
Right.
We probably need help. What it is for me, because I've told you this before. Like generally, I don't ever drink more than 1 or 2 drinks in a sitting, and unless it's like an intention, like New Year's Eve,
Right.
or like a boat day that we planned where it's like, okay, I'm gonna let loose a little bit more. But most of the time, I'm like in any general.
I saw the picture of you buried in the sand on the beach.
Yeah. That
Huh?
was last spring, and that was intentional.
That was more than 2.
That was yeah. Well, I kept sending you updates.
I know.
That pile just kept getting bigger and bigger.
That was
But
awesome.
Most of that is not the norm, because I don't like the feeling. Honestly don't like that feeling. Like I'm
Yeah.
not all about it. I enjoy the experience of alcohol, and for every setting, I have a drink that kind of enhances that setting. Like if we're in a nice bar, like I might want a Manhattan or an old fashioned. If I'm eating Italian, I want red wine. If,
Fancy.
Do what?
You said you fancy.
Or if we're at a Mexican restaurant, of course.
Gotta have
margarita.
margaritas.
If I'm out on the boat in the middle of the summer and it's hot, I want some light beer. If we're eating pizza, I want an IPA. Like whatever setting we're in.
Pizza and IPA does go good together.
Oh,
it really does.
so,
I do.
You know, what,
Y'all are making me hungry and thirsty
Yeah,
right
I know.
now.
What about Chinese?
I didn't eat
do
lunch.
with China-
Chinese, I'd probably go light beer.
Mhm.
Chinese. That's
You ever tried sake? I don't know if that's Chinese or
I have had
Japanese. Sake is
No,
good.
I'm not. It's kind of milky. I mean, I drink it, but it's not.
I just take it like a shot.
You do a sake bomb?
Oh, I never done a sake bomb, no.
I think they drop it in beer. I think that's what it is. So you drop the sake in the
Ooh.
beer. And
Okay.
Take a breather over here.
Yeah, let me help you.
Oh,
Tag team.
Jack got it up.
tag you're in.
What? Huh? What?
Little Jack got it up again.
Ain't hard.
All right, here, I'll hold it.
The wind blows wrong. It goes.
Oh man. Well, Jack, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the hunting. You've started hunting a little bit more this year.
A little bit.
Matt has too.
lot.
and
Yeah, we can talk.
I want to hear about some hunting. I haven't.
So, time out first. Now, you said was this your first deer?
Yeah,
Period?
it's my first year actually getting into hunting.
Oh, okay.
Ever.
All right. Yeah, well, you can continue. I wasn't sure. You said something earlier. I didn't know if this was your first year, like deer hunting or. Okay. Cool,
Yeah.
Man. So you got your very first deer this year.
I got my first 2.
Right. You killed
Yeah,
two.
yeah. I got my first one was a spike. I shot him up from Alabama. Shot him out of a blind with my bow, so that was exhilarating.
That's crazy. That
Yeah.
your first deer was with a bow.
With a bow, like
That is
That's
impressive.
I was shaking like a leaf after I shot.
Oh,
It was like the adrenaline dump was extreme. I mean, after that yellowfin tuna I was catching, the big one I caught, the sailfish, I was shaking. But after that deer, oh my gosh.
There's nothing like it. So,
It's like way more personal.
Mhm.
Not- I don't know if that's the right word. You feel way more connected to that animal than you do like
Yeah.
catching a fish.
I was telling my wife, it's like it comes from God's hands to our hands, and that meat and never been touched by anything else.
yeah.
And we get to eat it, and I was like, yes. And I'm like,
Yeah. Well, and it's funny. Like I've hunted, not a lot. Like I mean, it's not. I've obviously fished way more than I've hunted, but I grew up hunting, and then I got back into like deer hunting maybe like 6 years ago. Haven't hunted the last couple seasons, but it's so I've done a decent amount, but I still get, even when, I'm sure guys that all they do is kill big bucks. Like that's what a lot of people do. They may only get that buck fever when they actually see the buck that they're targeting. But it doesn't matter what freaking walks out for me. It can be a spike, a doe. It doesn't matter. I'm like freaking out.
Yeah,
I get
100%.
so excited, and like you don't get that feeling from fishing. Like
I don't
there's
even
nothing that like gives you that same adrenaline. It's just especially when you can, like, if you hear them coming first, like you can hear those footsteps and you like know it's coming. Like, oh snap! You start your heart starts racing. It's just
it gets wild. Now, the crazy story is, like, before I shot a deer, I went hog hunting and I killed my first hog. I haven't posted this video yet. I'm still playing on it because it's kind of like controversial because I used a assault weapon, an AR-15, which I'm not sure how that's going to work with the YouTube side. But I had my little neck.
This video, to be honest.
Yeah. Oops.
Thanks.
Sorry. But I had my mic on right here.
Care. That's the great thing about the podcast. We don't.
But I had my GoPro with the mic, and I told my buddy Carrot, there's a hog right there. He's like, all right, can you take him? I was like, yeah, I'm aimed up. And you can hear my mic. You can actually hear my heartbeat going like super loud.
Really?
That's
I was
pretty
like,
cool.
oh my gosh. Then I let the trigger go, and he dropped. And I was like, yeah, like a little kid in a candy store.
Was it so
That's
you
cool.
used a different gun than what you used to kill that doe?
Yeah, I used the the doe was AR too. Yeah.
Same gun?
Yeah.
Well,
Did I really?
But you posted the doe?
I saw the
Yeah, I
gun.
did, didn't I? Yeah.
I saw the gun.
But yeah, I didn't think I really showed it too much.
And I heard you said the round was a 223.
Yeah, it was 223. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I can
Well,
post
go
it. Yeah.
post that hog video.
Yeah,
I
I
want
need
to see
to.
it.
Just post it.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it. Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
Should be fine.
I don't know about how do you think they do on Facebook though?
I don't know.
Because that's the you guys know that's my main source. Of,
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Facebook's a little
I'd be a little
crazy.
more cautious. And honestly, like, you don't, because of reposts on Facebook, Facebook's so much more versatile. Like, you don't
Yeah.
have to use that content on Facebook.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's
you
a
know,
good
you know
one.
what I mean? Like, just repost another video.
Yeah.
Well, coming this Sunday, guys, hog video.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, dude.
Saved you
On
from
Wednesday.
going fishing this week.
No, I'm gonna go fishing still. I need to get my stockpile
This
back
week's
up.
gonna be tough, man.
It's gonna be one day. It's probably gonna be either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday,
Yeah, that's
Thursday
cool.
morning.
Like,
I'd much rather be in the woods, honestly, right now.
go in the woods, man.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
gonna
that's
go.
what I seriously have not fished since December 22nd. I've just
Hey, do you have a blind? You
Like-
want to use one? I got a brand new blind.
So, yes, I will set it up, but in the research that I've done, it takes like 3 to 6 weeks for a deer to actually kind of get adjusted to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't gonna put anything out this season.
That makes sense. So
I-
you can make a natural one too.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Mhm.
Like I'm like right now I'm hunkering down behind. There's a fallen tree that I'm
Mhm.
using as a blind, and then I've got like beside the road. There's like a hole basically, and like and I just took some bushes around it and like stacked them up. So
Oh,
like,
heck yeah.
it's just natural stuff.
You put your hair down and let it get all
I
bushy.
know, yeah, you can't even tell.
Caveman.
Yeah. Now I feel really good about like where I'm sitting. It's just ground hunting stuff because if they do come up behind you, or like if they get in the wind direction,
Mhm.
they're gonna smell you.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you're up, if you're in a stand or even in a blind, sometimes your scent can be blocked enough that they don't.
To a certain
they don't
extent,
catch
yeah.
it.
Them deers are good though. They're smart.
It's impressive, man.
They're stupid.
So like the only deer I've actually seen this year. Well, okay, I take that back. I've seen two. But the one deer that I saw in the daylight it came up behind me. It was a spike,
Mhm.
and I'm sitting there, and the wind's coming this direction, hit me in the face going back this way. So like,
Perfect.
and I'm hunting spot. Yeah, it's exactly what I wanted. And I hear him coming, and I hear him, and I'm like, of course. I didn't know what it was, but I'm like, of course you're walking up in the wind. So like I hear the stick break. I'm like, it's a deer. So I ease around, which I have like a lot of cover over here, so I know I can like move pretty good. And,
I can see you turn around, your hair blowing in the wind.
I know.
Oh, majestic.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly
majestic.
what it was. But I turn around and I see he doesn't even have a clue I'm there, and he's probably about 15 yards from me at this point.
Oh, he's
Like,
close.
He's close.
Oh, wow.
And he's walking.
Come on, Rainbow.
Yeah, and I see that it's a spike, which I'm like, okay, it's like one of the things I'm not gonna shoot, so whatever.
Whoops.
But as soon as he gets, yeah.
Whoops.
No. Like it's just different. I'll explain. I mean, like I'll explain. So as soon as he gets in line with the wind, he stops. Like he's not paying a bit of attention. He's just bebopping. Doesn't know I'm there. He stops, lifts his nose up. And I can see all this, and immediately locks eyes with me. Like,
Oh,
it's
gosh.
just so impressive. I'm like, dang, man. It's
You should have winked at him.
Yeah, I know. But like he locks eyes with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tensed up and hunkered down, and then he did that little thing where he's like
Yeah.
because I'm not
His
moving.
ears going like this
What's
too.
happening?
So he's like, he sees
I know
me,
something's there.
and then he just like he backed up and then took off. Like I mean that was it. It's just impressive.
I bet your heart was going 90 to a million.
Yes, like it doesn't take much. But so I've killed 3 bucks
Nice.
in my hunting career,
Mhm.
and I've progressively like each buck has gotten bigger.
That's
And
sick.
so I hunt for food. Like I want the food, but I know that my family's not like gonna starve if I don't kill a deer. So it's both for me. Like I do want to manage whatever I'm
Oh,
hunting.
100%. Especially in your own property like that. Yeah,
so,
that
like,
makes sense.
But like for your first deer, shoot the crap out of it.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Like-
He looked a lot bigger when I saw him at night. I
It
mean,
doesn't
it was like it
matter,
was getting
man.
dark. It was
Just
last
shoot
shooting
it.
light, and I saw. I was like, that's a big, big spike. I thought it was been nope. It was just a baby.
Shoot the crap out of it. And if I get desperate enough, I'm gonna shoot a spike. Like you know, I'm like, okay, fine, screw it.
When
But
season's coming to an end.
I know. So, but for the most part, spikes, small bucks, I'm gonna let them walk.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna shoot something for meat, I'm gonna try to shoot a doe. You know, that's my goal. And then if I see a buck that's as big or bigger from what I've shot, I'll shoot it.
Well, that rut's coming up, so they should be moving.
That's right.
They're gonna be looking for that female companionship. What we all after in our lives.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm gonna
We're
be
all
on
on
the
the
rut when I go back home.
Especially you.
yeah, you're good at rutting.
You're good at rutting. You should make that a shirt. You're good at rutting.
That's hilarious.
Well, you've done some deer hunting. Probably
Yeah,
not
it's
one
been a
that-
while,
I know
but-
you had a buck that you had mounted. That
Yeah, that cedar guy
Yeah.
did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a
Cedar
good job
Ridge
on it.
Chronicles.
He did a real good job on it.
so when's the last time you hunted?
So we went up back to Nashville. Was it last year? No, it was 2 years ago because it was like towards the end of COVID stuff. But we went up there and we all got COVID, of course. And I did go out in the woods and hunted one day. I didn't see anything, didn't shoot anything. Before that, it had probably been 5-6 years. So it's been a while. I was never like a huge hunter. We grew up we had like 100 acres. And so I'd usually go a couple times a year because I mean, you literally just walk out the door and go walk to wherever you want to go hunt.
Oh, nice.
A lot of that, like looking back now, like as a teenager, like you just took it all for granted. Because I mean, I grew up there. Like I don't remember living anywhere else in my childhood life. So, like now, it's like I took all that for granted. I could have done so much more, hunted so much more, killed whatever deer, and we never like we'd go put some sod blocks out or some corn before season would open, but you couldn't hunt over corn in Tennessee. I think you may be able to now. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm sure some of y'all are in Tennessee or hunt Tennessee would know, but used to not be able to do that. But we would never do like food crops, or we didn't really invest anything into it. It was more or less we knew we had some deer there. We did have a tree stand, so we'd put it where we knew there usually was some, but.
Heard they get a lot bigger up north, like in Tennessee area too, like compared to Florida
Yeah, and that's
deer.
the, like y'all
Even
were talking about the
Alabama's bigger than
spikes, but
Florida.
like y'all don't even. I mean, I'm sure there are some big deer in Alabama,
Oh, yeah.
but when you compare it to Tennessee and even Tennessee compared to further north, like Michigan,
It's like dogs
all
to
the-
horses,
yeah,
They get
like it is a
huge.
big
Alabama's
difference.
got some
Like,
decent deer.
Alabama's got a lot bigger than Florida.
Down here, I don't have as much experience with it. I'm sure there's some decent deer. Like more.
Oh,
than
there
I
is.
saw Brandon Collier. He posted a picture of a deer. It was a good size one.
Yeah, so did
he
Southern
killed?
Salt kayak fishing. He did, Nate.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
posted that. It was a
I don't know where
stud.
that was, but the one on game camera.
Yeah, he told me
Is
where
it,
it's at.
is it somewhere around this area?
Kind of. It's up north a little bit, but that was an absolute tank
That
of a
is
deer.
that's
Like his
legit.
brown hinds. Like I'm talking all deer talk. Like I know what I'm talking about. Them things were like that long. I was like, jeez. He sent it to me this morning. I was like, did you get him? He's like, no. I was like, you suck. I'm just kidding.
That's the tough thing. Like what you started talking about, like all those people that go and just kill a bunch of big deer. Like they find a deer and they like hunt this one deer. That's all they're looking for is this one deer.
It's trophy
And
hunting.
that's I guess the same thing Nate's doing now, and that's a difficult kind of hunting because like y'all are talking about, you go out, you're just trying to get some food, like you're gonna shoot, especially a doe, shoot whatever, but when you're looking for that one deer, like that's a grind, a lot of time
Tickle.
and effort, like just for this one deer.
I'm putting in a lot of time.
So did that tickle?
Yeah, that was right on the nuts.
It's like, ooh.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Rut man.
that except that one deer. I saw one more deer that actually was as close as I've ever been to deer. This was a few mornings ago. After like 5 minutes after I got in my spot, a deer comes walking. So it's still pitch black dark.
Mm-hmm.
I could only see it because it was just so daggone close to me. and I'm on the ground, and it was no lie within 10 to 15 feet, not yards, 10 to 15 feet.
You sure it wasn't a deer? Could have been Sasquatch.
Yeah, no, it was deer. But it was so dark.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's a doe, a buck, spot. Like, I don't even know because I couldn't tell. I just knew it was a deer. But it didn't have a clue I was there. Walked by me. I'm like, holy crap! I mean, like where that guy's just walking right there. That the deer was walking like on the sidewalk right there. I'm like, holy crap! And the wind, of course, is behind me, so he doesn't smell me, or she, whatever. And as soon as it gets behind me over here where the wind was going, it smelled me, blew at me.
Probably most likely. I hate when the doe blows at you.
Yeah.
It's like, don't you do it. They look at
It's
you.
such a freaky sound,
And then they
too.
stop.
Oh. What was he doing?
He's making weird faces. But like the doe, they look at you and they know they see you and they stomp. Like, don't you do it.
Yeah.
And she blows. I swear they blow like 20 times every time.
Yeah, well, and it's so freaky too, especially in the dark.
At night?
You don't know they come up behind you. So when I was young and I was hunting, we were hunting on the side of a creek and we were looking up a hill, and on the other side of the creek, a deer came up behind us when we had just gotten set, and it was still dark. And at the time, I don't know if I'd ever heard one blow. I was probably like 15, 16. I hadn't done a ton of hunting, and it came up behind us and started blowing at us and scared the crap out of me.
Like something's about to come kill me.
I know it is. It's a
It is
sound.
scary. In the woods at night, it's scary in general. Like walking in the woods, like, ooh, what's over there? Yeah.
Yeah. A little vulnerable.
Yeah, I definitely. Even if I have a gun, I feel vulnerable. I'm like,
I did see a coyote on one of my hunts, but I only saw it for like 0.2 seconds, so I didn't get a chance to like get my gun up and actually shoot it.
You're supposed to let them eat when you see one of those.
Oh,
They always tell me it's like you see a coyote,
Oh yeah, shoot it.
shoot it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, I've shot one coyote in my hunting career, and I hit it. It didn't die where it was, like it ran off because I hit it because it started yelping, so I hit it somewhere. But like usually you're shot on a coyote, especially in the woods, it's a terrible shot. Like, I mean, they're moving, they don't stop, and like
They're small.
You just pop, send one.
My buddy actually got a black one. It's supposed to be like 1%, super rare. He getting a full mount on it.
That'd be sweet. I'm not nervous so much. I mean, going in the woods at night is like nerve wracking anyway. But like, there's nothing around here that like coyotes not gonna mess with me. Like, they're gonna be scared, to death.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not really mountain lions in here.
Yeah, we don't have any panthers or we might have black bears, but like black bears are scary.
We do over there in Yellow River, close to where I'm at. Yeah, we got.
But they're not gonna mess with you either. Like they're pretty scary. So, but like these guys that hunt.
But if you saw one at 4 a.m., you'd still poop your pants.
Yes.
Oh
I
yeah.
would not want to see a black bear.
I would definitely.
I would be scared.
There would be feces everywhere.
Yes, but like the people that go hunt areas that do actually have like panthers, mountain lions,
Like grizzly bears,
Grizzly
Kodak
Like
bears.
where we fish
wolves.
down in the Everglades.
Oh,
Would
okay.
you go walk through there at night?
No, are you kidding me? It's got all that stuff. Well, I didn't have grizzlies, but
Panthers, they stalk you too. You won't even hear them. They're right behind you.
oh yeah, you never know. So,
And then bite your nuts first, right?
yeah, that's what they do. Well, I don't know if that's what they do, but
Where'd you get these
Supposedly
theories
all
from?
those brands.
we watch the videos.
Yeah.
And
Really?
That's what they do. They go for the nuts.
Those big cats, they will attack the nuts. When they attack animals, go watch. Just Google it on YouTube. And when they attack
What do
other
I
animals,
Google nuts?
Google these nuts.
yeah, they will eat the nuts first and then eat the rest of the animal.
Dang, savages.
For all the
Supposedly, there's a lot of good
nutrition is.
nutrients in the ball.
You can go for Brad's. He got a lot of them. Good nutrients.
Yeah.
Potent.
Yeah, Brad's got a lot of protein.
I'll start selling that stuff.
Yeah. I wonder how much protein semen has.
That's a good question. I was telling my wife, I was like,
Hey Siri.
Look it up. Yeah.
It might be surprising.
I mean, it's got to have some protein in it, right?
Please don't drink no
Matt's
protein.
mind's over here running. He's like, I got CrossFit at 4.
Protein shake. Add on.
Little TRT or what's that?
Hey, honey, we're out of protein. No, we're not.
I don't know if I could like
What's going to
read
come
this
up on
whole
your phone?
sentence out loud, but it
Does it give
says
you a number?
252 milligrams of protein.
Milligrams.
Yeah.
Okay, I was in grams. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like, what?
That's all you need for
It's
one
a- and
eat your
that's-
macros in one day.
It says on average one
Load.
produces 5 milliliters of semen. The average amount of
You-
load contains 252 milligrams of protein.
So you need about a quart. You'd be good.
252 milligrams.
There's so many things I want
How
to
many
say
milligrams?
right now.
Oh man.
Why not?
Oh man.
But so I guess
Horse might be better.
See how much protein's in a load from a horse. That's a great place.
This is going south.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's gonna be some editing. I'm
Hey,
sure.
this is educational content.
I'm gonna get like blacklisted or something.
You watch like, let me see your search history. No.
Oh well, if you type in how much protein is in horse, the second one is sperm.
Other people want
So it's a
to
common
know.
question. Okay.
People want to know.
We're not that weird.
The total protein content of the stallion load ranges from 127 to 642 milligrams.
Dang, I would have thought of them more.
Yeah, I did too.
Wow. This is so much information coming out of this
Aren't you glad
podcast.
you tuned into the fishing nutcast? If you made it to this part, comment below.
Yeah.
Let us
Yeah,
know
please.
that you made it to
Oh, man.
the sperm protein
Yeah,
section here.
that was a good one. It's a good episode. Well,
Got a deer on camera.
Well, you do you have the
Little cow horn.
do you get the
Cell cam?
so whose property is this?
Oh, this public.
Oh, this
so
is
somebody
public.
could just come take that, right?
No, I got it locked. My camera? My
Yeah.
camera's on a Python lock.
So you're hunting like a wildlife management
Yeah,
area?
WMAs.
How do you lock that?
With the Python lock, there's a thing you can go around it and you can go look at
So
it.
it's just cable instead of like an actual strap.
So
Mhm.
have you killed a deer out here yet?
So if they were to cut
No,
it,
I haven't seen a big one. Like Florida public land, it's gotta be 10 inches on one side or 3 points on one side.
Can you
So-
shoot does?
No, and doe like they have doe days. I wish that's why I want to hunt Alabama. You can shoot a doe a day.
Oh yeah.
You know.
well, if y'all want to go hunt, we can go up to my property in Tennessee. Like we still have it, and
Oh,
nobody
that
hunts it.
100 acres?
Don't tempt me with a good
Yeah,
time.
we're down to like 50 something, 60 something acres, but
Mm.
nobody hunts it.
Mhm.
Pretty cool. I
We
mean,
do a-
it might need some work. Like, might need some.
You should have, man. Like
I mean, there's
obviously you
always
got-
been deer there.
I mean,
Though.
you
I
can go
mean,
out there.
all you gotta do is find a beaten down trail and just sit, and eventually you'll see one. That's what I found out too. But I think everywhere's different too.
if we went up there for a weekend,
Probably see something.
you'd kill a deer.
I wonder how much
especially
a license
doe.
though. A license like out of state from Miami to go hunt Alabama for a whole year is gonna be over $500. I was like, I paid for my lifetime license for Florida and it was like $490 something. You know, for everything. I don't gotta buy anything ever again.
Really, hunting, fishing, nothing for it? That's awesome.
I know.
I've never bought a hunting license because I've never hunted outside of property we owned, and I don't know if
Well,
it's
you're
the same
still-
in
you're
Alabama,
still
but
supposed to.
in Tennessee, you could
Brad.
file as like the landowner or whatever,
Oh, yeah?
and you didn't have to actually buy the hunting license. 'cause
Oh,
you were
really?
Hunting your own property.
See, I know on private property here in Florida, like say, you only can make hunt content during the fall and winter months, but if you own private property, you can legitimately hunt hogs year round. You don't have to wait for an open weekend or something,
Well,
Yeah,
I
because
think-
hogs are a nuisance,
Right.
right? So if they're
Same one with Alabama, I
yeah,
believe
with
too.
hogs,
they're destroying your
coyotes, I think you can hunt those all year.
and I think that like technically you could get around some of that with all the animals because like it was the same thing in Tennessee. If you had a big garden, there's like constantly deer eating your crop. You are allowed to shoot that deer because it's
Especially
I mean,
springtime.
It's eating all your crop,
Mhm.
Right.
so you can.
I planted this huge garden of grass, and it keeps eating it.
So I dropped 'em.
Sorry.
I was gonna make some juice with that.
Those are my carrots.
I planted all this corn, and it keeps eating it.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm seeing the reflection of this window of that camera just absolutely shaking.
is.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's dicey. Yeah, probably no fishing content this week. Well, yeah, we might have a window, but see, that's the thing. Depending on what you're doing, you get that little window. We're about to get a crapload of rain.
It's gonna be
So,
bad.
like, if you're trying to do inshore fishing, it's gonna suck.
Yeah, that's the only thing you probably could do to just get
Gonna have muddy rivers,
Mm-hmm.
And
too much fresh water, catfish.
I've got 3 fishing videos filmed right now
Oh, very nice.
that I just
I have nothing.
You have nothing. And I'm gonna do another
Canal?
Yeah, might have to go black drum fishing Wednesday.
Well, you can do
Can
that.
you find crabs anywhere?
Usually Aquila's or Billy's has them.
I've been looking. I can't find any.
I'm gonna do another
up there.
game camera video because
That's pretty cool.
I've got a bunch
Yeah.
of.
That was entertaining. I watched it.
Yeah. Well, I've got
What made me
I've got
click
more
on it
stuff.
though? What made me click on it was seeing your hair down like that. I was like, look at those locks.
I haven't looked it up anymore. Did it ever pick up? It looked like it was.
It's getting a lot of views, but it's a lot of external.
Is
Which
it?
I've never gotten external views.
I got that a couple times
But
this
it
year.
hit it on this one.
Mhm.
So that watch time just.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. But you know,
What's it at?
Everything's down right now,
the
man.
views,
Yeah.
60 something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
That's
long,
what's tough now. Like when you try to, of course, we're terrible at comparing ourselves to other channels, but
I
now
tried.
that external view thing is such a thing. Like anytime you see somebody pop off a big video, like
you don't really know.
are those external views? Now,
Mm.
obviously, like there's channels that constantly do it, so
Sure.
those are legit views. But external
weird
thing
how-
because
I wonder how that
Fake
happens
views.
though. Like, oh, external, like people just like Google search something and your video just pops up first or
it
something.
shows that it's Google search.
Mhm.
That's what YouTube shows you. But like you're like on one of my videos, let's say the average watch time's like 8 minutes. If you pop off a bunch of
Oh yeah.
external views, it'll drop down to like 3 minutes.
Oh yeah. It's
Mm.
like it kills it.
So I don't. I mean, it's almost like they're not even real views, and YouTube's just like, here you go.
Like I had a video from external
But we're
get
not,
like,
we're gonna make you feel better about yourself, but we're not gonna
Yeah.
pay you for it.
Yeah, we're gonna make your views look good, but
you remember that picture I showed you? I got like 1,200 likes and like 1,200 views. And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like I thought it was a weird day.
There's a lot
That
of
was on
weird stuff
YouTube?
happens when you.
I thought it was gonna like pop off, like it couldn't keep up with the view count, so it's like getting a bunch of likes, but no, it stayed the same. 1,200 likes and like 1,500 views. I'm like, that's like the best ratio in the world.
it's like impossible.
I
Yeah.
know.
Everybody liked it.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's doing content full time. You run into all kinds of weird stuff. It's usually with Facebook, but YouTube will do some weird
Just
stuff.
post regular videos to Facebook, and it takes off sometimes.
I know it's
Are
such a
y'all getting any
crapshoot.
better on Reels or
Yeah.
anything else?
My main is long, like the long forms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why I make
I
my
quit
money.
posting the Reels because I wasn't making money.
I still post at least one a day.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, but-
it's a habit for me now. I post 1-2 videos a day.
Are you making any money on the Reels?
Yeah, I'm probably making like anywhere from, I don't know if I should say this on camera, but like anywhere from 1,100 to like 2,200, something like that a month extra on
that's
that.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I made like
It's been down
$80.
this month though. This month has been down.
My from November to December, my reels went down 10%. Or I only made 10%. Does that make sense?
Ooh,
It went down 90%.
yeah,
Ah,
yes. That's pretty
Made
bad.
10% away.
They changed
I mean,
something with the reels. I don't know what they
100%.
changed.
Yeah, like you can't.
It's tough to get one to pop off.
Mhm.
Even like the CPM on them is super low. So even if you do get a big one, you're not making much money on them.
No.
It's like with Facebook, you have to just kind of keep testing things
Yeah.
Mhm.
and figure out where they're pumping their
Like,
money.
what are you gonna like?
Are they pumping money in bonuses? Are they pumping money in the reels? Are they pumping money on the long? Like where
Yeah.
where are they pumping the money? And you
Right
don't-
now, it's long form.
and you don't
Mhm.
right,
least for me.
and you don't know
Me too.
until you. I mean, you just keep like testing the waters.
Yeah.
See like, oh, this is working.
Yep.
Facebook's so
Yeah, my long
Weird.
form's been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
My RPMs have been like way higher. I was talking with Victor, and his had been bad, and
I heard it's been real low.
Sean's had been bad.
Sean's always
but
bad.
I mean, mine's not high, but
yeah.
I was like 289, I think, right now, something like that.
mine's like one. When I looked at it,
It's always been
it's
around
like
2 though for
180 or
me.
something like
I've been around like anywhere from $3 to $4.
Okay.
that. Dang.
There was a point last year where I'd got down to like the 50-cent RPM
Mhm.
and stuff, and then I would usually hang out somewhere around $1. But the last like 2 months, it's been up. It's over the 2 months, probably anywhere from 2 to 4, but it's usually averaging around 320.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw one of Sean's video take off on Facebook too.
Like what? It's just weird. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Mm. You see
What is
that
it?
corn video?
Yeah,
Yeah, he caught sheephead on corn. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Mm.
Did it do well?
Oh, on Facebook it did, yeah. Like, last time I checked, it was like 1.6. I'm like, ooh, okay, I see you. Yeah.
Yeah, most of my views right now are just coming from reposts. Like none of my new uploads are really doing a whole lot.
Mine are taking off, but like they start doing good and like they get big over time, you know? Like
Yeah.
a week later, I'm like at 250,000.
That's
views,
the thing.
you
Like
know?
now, you couldn't really see it as easy because we used to just always check on our phone. But now that app's gone, I check it on the computer. When we get to that page of like your daily thing, if you scroll down, it shows you what every video is doing.
Does it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you're looking at it in the same place I am, but I'll go in and I'll just pick like today, and then it'll tell you how much I've made today. But then if you scroll down, it'll show you what videos are making it.
Mm.
So you can go over like your whole month and scroll down and see what videos. And so it is cool to see like a video that was originally posted like 2 years ago can still go make $50 or $80.
It's always good to see that.
So it's just like getting the content out there. You don't have to be getting a ton of views out of one video, but if you can get a view out of 100 videos, like that all adds up.
Oh, for sure.
Because YouTube, unless you have a lot of search content, YouTube usually, like, I don't make any money on all videos.
No, they kill it right into there, unless it's like a how-to video or something, you know.
Yeah. Even a lot of those that I made in the beginning, like
some of mine still getting views. And now I looked at like recent videos that's still doing good, and I see one like how to tie a uni knot, and it's still getting views. I'm like, okay.
On Facebook?
No, YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
On my older videos, they still get every now and then. I still get mean comments all the time. They hurt my feelings, man. They're rough. They are on Facebook. They are.
I gave up on reading Facebook comments.
I don't even reply. I can't. It's hard to
and
reply.
anytime I do, I'm like, this is why I quit reading.
Oh yeah, well Facebook is like.
They have no filter.
Yeah, well, they're so dumb too.
Has somebody say, "I hope you get ate by a shark." I'm like, Jesus.
I posted
you
a
kiss
picture.
your mom with that mouth?
I think it was yesterday or the day before. It was like a little kid that like looked like Trump, and it was like, this kid looks like he's gonna make fishing great again. And some girl commented, I was like, I was a huge fan of your stuff until you brought politics into fishing. I'm like, really? It's just a meme. And I never even said, I never said I'm a Democrat or Republican.
Right.
It's just a kid that looks like Trump.
He's just a public figure.
Yeah. I'm like,
It's so
people are
divided, man.
stupid.
It's crazy.
But she got roasted in the comments. Like,
Oh, naturally. Yeah.
but,
Yeah, well, there's a few videos that I know I can post, and that the comments are just gonna go off because people think something. And, it's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something that I posted recently where people were jumping on me for, but I can't remember what it was. It's always something.
oh
It's
yeah.
always something.
Don't read your comments, people.
Where are we at? How far are we into?
52 minutes.
Oh,
No, nice.
We went by pretty quick.
Jack, you got anything you want to say? Anything
Well, one thing I learned today was that semen is a pretty good source of protein. And
it's not a good source.
oh, not a source, milligrams. It's not grams. It was grams. You're right.
I say you could talk your wife into this.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby, you want to save some money on protein shakes?
Instead of going to the meat store, holla at your boy.
So I wonder why do these animals go for the nuts first? Then? I mean, are there
I'm sure there's
maybe in the
other
balls,
nutrients in the.
How much protein's in balls?
People do eat it. They call it Rocky Mountain oysters,
Yeah,
right?
people eat balls.
Yeah. Balls are good.
Ruined my search history again.
How much proteins are in
Speaking
testicles?
of balls, Brad, have you?
I need to do it too. I already know what you're saying.
No, I have not.
We should do it together, like a date.
I mean, obviously you're in the clear for now, but that you're gonna be here before.
I don't know what Brad's luck. He like bang bang, miracle.
That's not right. It says that it's composed of 9,597 proteins. That's not how much
In balls.
protein.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the protein go after that thing?
Dang.
This one has like an actual
It's got nutrition.
nutrition facts for testicles.
How many calories?
77 calories. What's the
What-
serving size?
What,
4 ounces.
What testicles? Like
Is
what
it
animal?
Just 4 ounces of testicle.
That's the right one.
4
Usually-
ounces of testicle.
Let's
How much
see.
protein's in 4
Raw
ounces of
raw testicles is all it says.
Raw.
13 grams of protein.
in 4, so like that'd be like one testicle.
There's 444 milligrams of cholesterol.
That's a lot of cholesterol.
148% of your daily value.
Dang.
Jeez.
That's a lot of
I would
cholesterol
never thought that.
in nuts.
Hmm.
Oh man,
Something
it's
happened for you.
67% protein, 1% carb, and 32% fat.
So that's the macros.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely protein. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dang! But so 4 ounces.
4 ounces.
So
So Rocky Mountain oysters. This is bull testicles.
Because I was about to say, because 4 ounce that wouldn't be, because like 8 ounces. So if you were saying per testicle, like 8 ounces would be half a pound, which I don't think my nuts weigh half a pound. I mean, that sounds
So this is
Like 4 ounces, mom be like 3 ounces, 2 ounces.
this one says amount per 100 grams of Rocky Mountain oysters, which is bull testicles. 135 calories, 26 grams of protein.
26, but for 4 ounces.
100 grams.
So 28 grams equal an ounce. I don't know how I know
28.
this, but I'm just kidding. 28
How
grams.
many ounces is 100
Two, three,
grams?
four. That's like
3.5.
Okay, close to 4.
So the other one was not bull.
I wonder what it was.
Hmm.
Ooh, Jeffrey Dahmer.
This podcast has been pretty
This
fascinating.
place where it went nasty, dark.
I guarantee if you listen to this whole thing, I guarantee every person listening learned something.
Yes.
Oh,
This
yeah,
was
for
very
sure.
educational.
If you already knew this information, a little concerned about you.
It's okay for us because we're weird, but we expect better.
Oh man, Jack, we appreciate you coming
man.
back
Oh,
on the
yeah, for sure.
podcast.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to talk.
I'm glad I got to come
Might have
back.
to
It
go
looks
hunt
good in
with you
here.
sometime.
Yeah, come on. You gotta get out of Alabama license. You probably go with him too.
Yeah.
It'd
But
be expensive for you.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
probably not
Florida.
gonna let me on his property.
No, next year. I mean, right now it's just super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like it's very difficult to sit in the place because it's not like set up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like next
Ooh,
year,
happened to me too.
Hopefully, I'll have like some stands, some
Yeah.
green field, like some nice comfortable places. to
You ever
sit
thought about
and
saddle
sleep.
hunting?
Like
You know what a hunting saddle is?
on a horse?
No, on a tree. It's like you climb a tree and you sit in a saddle and you like on a lineman rope. Just look it up. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like you're up in a tree pretty much.
What's the
and you're in a
benefit of
saddle.
this?
It's quiet.
I've
It's
seen
it's
those.
light, and it's really good for bow hunting too. You can shoot 360 around you instead of in a stand. You kind of
like a lock on. Is it similar to that or?
It's not like a climbing tree stand.
No.
no. It's just, I mean you get up kind
It
of
just
like
makes me
that. But
nervous. I mean, I've been in tree stands and stuff. But
tree
like,
stands are nervous.
But like, did y'all see that post from Hannah Barron?
Mm-mm,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that-
chick? Her dad just yesterday just fell
Oof.
off a tree stand. He was checking one for somebody. The strap broke. Fell. It was like 18 feet.
He wasn't wearing a harness.
I don't think
See,
so.
I would wear a harness no matter what.
He's still alive,
Mm.
and he was responsive and everything because he was in the video. But he broke like his back and his neck and like some vertebrae and all stuff. So
That's one of my biggest fears. That's why I like that harness because you got 2 ports of safety. You got a lineman's belt, and the worst thing that can happen if you fall, like say your foot slips, you're just gonna hit the tree like that and eat some bark, but you're still gonna be there hanging. You know.
Waiting.
Yeah. Or you can still put your foot back on the platform, but yeah.
What if the platform falls?
Use a climb stick to climb down.
well, at least you're I mean, hopefully you got some way to communicate, or at least
Yeah.
somebody knows where you are, so they don't see you.
Oh,
You're-
always have a point of contact
you
with somebody. You know.
I haven't heard from them.
You know they have
Yeah.
float plans when you're offshore. You have hunt plans too.
Yeah.
Let your wife know, hey, I'm gonna be here. This is the pen I'm gonna be at. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
we share a location.
Yeah, I do too. My wife knows I'm out all the time. Yeah.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry. Well, we're
Rambling.
wrapping up.
Rambling.
yeah.
Appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed to the podcast, do so now. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening, rate us.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember what all.
I'll have to figure that
Forget
out.
what I always say to do, but
Rate
yeah,
us?
you can. I think you
5
can rate
stars?
us 5 stars on Apple. I don't know about the other ones, but we probably don't have any. But maybe on the next podcast, I'll see if anybody happened to listen and leave us a review. But
Maybe so.
go check it out.
Well,
But
our podcast is probably like taken off.
I know.
That'll
I
be
haven't even
nice,
checked
yeah.
Buzzsprout or
And
nothing.
we're
It's
at like
like
30,000 downloads on one episode. We're like, what?
what happened?
Yeah.
We should have kept this up. Where's the money?
Yeah.
You won't believe how much protein's in this.
I know.
Yeah.
And we just demonetize
What's gonna be
ourselves.
the thumbnail for this? Like bull testicles, like with sperm everywhere.
Oh, I was about to do something.
You'll never believe.
Oh,
I don't know.
God.
Put it in Photoshop on Brad's beard.
Yeah. We definitely get to that.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see how that.
Peace.
Later.